Hey guys, welcome back to the Distill Noise channel. My name is Fede Koop. I am one of the best Distill Noise friends. He just called me here, say I need help for the shooting because I looks really bad. And I said to him, man, that's nothing I can do about it.
Hello guys, what's going on? 2 months since my last video. I started 2024 by planning 1 video per week on YouTube. Patreon, music, newsletter, everything was planned. But then shit happened. Probably planned too much. And in the middle of that, I got an insane amount of work. Some things that were postponed, not by my fault. I had to take care of that. And yeah, everything went. I also started, many life things. I had to start going to the gym more often. I started keto diet. I started to change my sleeping schedule. So go to bed early, wake up early, but wake up early to do exercise, to do too many things that took away time from my music. I had to take care of the things that were strictly necessary to my business, which is my acoustic job, delivering to my subscribers what they're paying to. And so YouTube got a little bit sad, I had to give up on something, but many things happened though, musically speaking, during these 2 months, and I will recap a little bit of the things that happened in these few images that we'll put in the video. The music you're hearing in this video is made by myself on the brand new Ableton Live 12. I'm not gonna talk about it in this video, but I just got it and I'm having fun experimenting with the new features. So let's start from recent news that really made me happy. A couple of weeks ago, Raresh played one of my tracks in After Capocile in Venice, and of course, having my music supported by a DJ of his caliber is a great satisfaction and motivation. And the reason why I'm sharing it is to motivate you as well to keep going. I have no connection with Raresh. I don't personally know him, so no shortcuts. The way he got to my music is by listening to a reel that Euromix shared on Instagram, my mastering studio. He had my track in the background, he heard it, he liked it, he reached out to me for promos, and he started to play some of the tracks that I sent to him. So guys, this means that if we keep working and if we keep making the music we like, and this is key, don't follow trends, make the music you like, be original, rewards will come. I hope they will come for you as well. I'm sure they will. So moving next, this month I released 2 new podcasts. The first one is for my friend Brian Kuda's podcast, Groove Theory. Brian is a DJ and producer from Montreal. He is the resident DJ of Stereo Bar in Montreal, which is a well-known club, and he invited me to be a guest for his podcast on the 10th episode. So you can find it on Brian's SoundCloud. The link is in the description. The second podcast I recorded was for Satya, the label by Yoku and Bobby Stevkowski. Hey yo, so the plan for today is to record a podcast for Satya. Maybe it's already out, depending on when you watch the video and when I post it, of course. I just finished to rip some vinyl records. Also prepared some tracks that I want to play. Would be old tracks, new tracks, a little bit of mix of the stuff that I like. They gave me 2 hours of time for the podcast, so it's a longer podcast than 1 hour, and so I have the time, to play a little bit everything of what I like. Since they also asked me for some original pictures that they would have shared on the release day of the podcast, I had to take some pictures in the studio, and that's why you saw my friend Fede at the beginning of the video, because I asked him to come to my studio and help me taking some pictures.
So basically the goal is, of course, taking a couple of shots with some kind of studio background. Taglio un attimo qua, cioè la zoomi un pelino proprio, secondo me.
No, non mi piace.
Non ti piace? Ruota un po' verso di me. Ok. Meno. Sempre ci sarai, è incredibile.
Lo so,
Cazzo, vedi, si fa.
Ok, basta. I already knew it. That was the confirmation that I really don't like to pose for a camera. Luckily, we managed to get some decent shots, and that's part of the job, I guess. So in these days I'm preparing the new video for Patreon, and in the video I will go through different techniques on how to recreate the sounds from 90s and early 2000s, specifically in the house and tech house genre. And one of the things is for sure listening to that music and trying to understand what are the recurrent things and sounds and techniques that they used. Second is about finding what tools in the modern era we can use to try to emulate what they were doing in the past. And another thing is about you can't see the turntable, but it's about sampling from vinyls and then use those samples in the projects. That's what I want to do today. I will go through my little vinyl collection and see if there are some records that we can sample. So the idea is not sampling electronic music vinyls from my collection, but sampling played music or music from other genres. So my collection here in Padova is not that great. I have just a few. These are all electronic music, so I think I have just these ones, which are a couple of records from Pink Floyd. This is Middle from Pink Floyd. Then I have Wish You Were Here. And then I have this by Grace Jones. This is great. This is sort of disco, so there are some synthesized sounds, but it's still not electronic house music. It's a bit of disco type. The last one is this one from Khruangbin. It's a band that I love. I'm not sure there will be something that I can sample because it doesn't have a lot of instrumental parts or just drums. I'm mainly interested in drums, but we can give it a shot. So let's go. For sampling, I'm using the Zoom H4n Pro. Yeah, I want to record this guitar chord. Let's try. And also these chords here. Yes, this drum loop is nice. Let's move to Khruangbin. So I took this drum groove from Grace Jones. And I decided to use it starting on the upbeat instead of the downbeat, which would be here. But if I use it like this with the drums, it doesn't add that much. Okay, check if I move this a little bit back. Way better. And then I used the Pink Floyd sample from Middle, just to start, and that's it. This was one of the first times where I sampled my records and put them into my tracks. Honestly, most of the times I use samples that I have in the computer, but this was a very fun process and also it got me creative. So if you never did before, I invite you to do that. You can sample from vinyls, but of course you can also sample from YouTube. Of course the quality will be different, but it's still a way to experiment. So don't bother too much about if it's a well done recording, bad done recording. It depends on the element. Of course, if you're sampling a bass line, a kick, which is the main element of your track, maybe it's better to move towards high quality recordings. But if it's just a background or just a groove, you can sample from YouTube. I did that many times and nobody noticed, I guess. Alright guys, so if you made it until this point, it's time for a promotional break for Patreon. In January, we had Christopher Ledger as a guest on our monthly Zoom call on Patreon. I think most of you already know who Christopher Ledger is. He shared tons of tips about music production, but also mindset tips for music producer and DJs. And we did a walkthrough of one of his latest unreleased tracks, which is, in my opinion, a bomb track.
It's about peace and love.
The replay of the call is still available for watching for Patreon subscribers. In February, we had Stanitz, head of the label Abstract Sounds, as a guest producer for the Ableton project that every month I share on Patreon. Download is now expired, but you can find it on my website together with tens of other packs from the previous months. Still, if you're interested in getting these packs every month, I invite you to join our Patreon since it's a bit more convenient over there. The promotional break ends now. The last part of this vlog is about my latest gig at Loco Club. I played after Flug. Flug did a live set as usual, very nice. I had to play after him, so 5:30 a.m. That time I decided to sleep before going because with my back problems, with my morning schedule, I have to be more regular when I can, of course. And so I went to bed. I get there at 4:30, so 1 hour before starting, had the chance to listen a little bit Flug set, which was very nice. Then did myself until 7 in the morning, and it's morning. I enjoyed. It was a nice set. People were happy, and now I'll go home. I like the morning sets because people is actually pumped. Now they fly higher. Maybe there's less people, but those ones are actually in the zone. And so it was pretty cool. And yeah, so it was a very nice weekend. I hope you guys are having a good time as well, playing around, making music. Thanks for watching this video. Different from usual, I know that I have a little portion of my subscribers that also enjoy this type of videos, so I hope some of you did. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.